Now at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply, the pit barrel is back. The original size, the PBX, and the new Badger barrel. The Badger barrel does it all and more with a great price and great quality. Can you do this on your grill? I didn't think so. You can on the Badger. It's hot with an attitude to match. Pit barrels are easy to use. Get your pit barrel at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ottawa. Hey, we're in touch, so you be in touch. Follow us and watch us on Facebook, and also watch the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show on YouTube. And please follow us on Instagram for some great ideas, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more and more videos. One week closer, Pete, to Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you what, it's the stores are full. I went to Sam's today and there was Thanksgiving stuff everywhere.
Well, what are they doing? You said they were doing something at our Sam's Club. What are they doing?
Remodeling, yeah, over in the meat area, over in where all those coolers and stuff used to be.
I wonder if they're going to have more stuff.
I don't know.
Boy, they already got a bunch of stuff.
They do. But they're, I think since they had you remember they had some problems with their coolers.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they're probably redoing all of those. And while they're doing it, just kind of reorganizing the store.
Well, that's good. I love going to Sam's. Sam's is a fun spot. Hey, welcome everybody to the Owl's Nest Barbecue catch-up show Monday night, 7:00 Eastern time. If you're just joining us, we appreciate it. Don't forget, coming up at 8:00 on YouTube channel on the Pit Life podcast with Johnny Maggs. Johnny's special guest tonight is going to be none other than Mike McLeod of the World Food Championships. Mike's always fun to engage, and John will do a great job of talking with him, I'm sure. That's at 8:00 right here on Facebook, the Pit Life Barbecue podcast, and on YouTube, the Pit Life Barbecue podcast. Catch them anywhere on these two platforms. And I just almost gave out our telephone number, but we're not using the phone. I'm just so used to giving out a telephone number from the old radio days. Welcome everybody. Pete, I'm gonna go ahead and start right now. We have got breaking news that we're gonna have to get to. Hold on just a second. So I think I should have all this stuff queued up. I know I should. Hang on just a second. Breaking news. The Owl's Nest Barbecue has a brand new home smoker. Now, I know some of y'all have seen this thing, and we're going to reveal it to our friends here on the Owl's Nest Barbecue catch-up show, because this is big, big news. Man, look at that. Lucky design. It's heavy. Now, I want you to look right here. Let me see if I can back this up a little bit. Let me see. Let me bring this thing back. Right there. You see the red thing in the middle? That's a scoreboard. And those little things coming down are the stands. And there's goalposts on each end. This thing is designed to be a miniature football field at the top. It's so clever. Smoke another goalpost. Super quality. Puts out smoke everywhere. At least like the Exxon Valdez. You can see it from now on until infinity at the front of Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah. You shouldn't have left before the guy delivered it.
So that's kind of like the tire you got sitting out there in
Yeah.
front of your place, right?
Mhm.
Just to show, it's been there. How long has that tire been there?
40 years.
Yeah. So
40 years.
So now you got this sitting out there, and it's built like it'll sit there for 40 years. It might not cook like anything, but I'll tell you what, that thing, it looks heavy, sturdy, and that's just out there to blow smoke.
Yeah, exactly. We needed something. People kept saying, we didn't know you were here. We didn't see the billboard that I have above the store. That's about 20 by 30. And they didn't see the other sign that I've got right out by the street. So what I decided to do is find an old smoker. And let me tell you a funny story. The smoker was for sale on Marketplace. And I was looking for a cheap smoker. And all of a sudden, I saw this one for $1,200. And I said, that's exactly what I need. And so I messaged the guy that was selling. His name was Tom. I said, hey, Tom, it was up in Cleveland, Pete. So I said, hey, this is Steve down at the Owl's Nest Barbecue store. Man, I really like that smoker. I'd like to buy it from you. In any way you could pull it down. And I gave him my phone number. Lo and behold, it's Tom Wasson. He bought a Green Mountain grill from us about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. He said, hey, Steve, this is Tom Wasson up here in Cleveland. I said, oh, man, I can't believe it. So Tom was nice enough to bring that thing down and put it in the spot. And I threw some wood in it and some charcoal, and it's doing exactly what I want. It's smoking, and I had no idea that it would smoke through that goalpost. That is so cool. That is so cool. So our project Saturday, we're going to get Sean to give it a good pressure wash. And then we're going to go up to Ace Hardware and get about a dozen cans of spray paint, Rust-Oleum black spray paint, and clean that thing up a little bit. And, we ought to get Billy Holland to come with us to help us. Because Billy is you saw that one girl that he restored. That thing is great. Here's Steve Davidson checking in. Hello, Steve. And Steve says, hello, Steve and Pete. What's up, buddy? Glad you're with us tonight.
Steve?
And Steve had a big chicken wing cook this past weekend, sold out. But he and his buddies always sell out. But Billy Holland he bought that old, that old smoker he bought. And I couldn't believe how good he made that look.
Yeah.
So
you took some white Rust-Oleum and get them goalposts back white.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And
I guess we got to prime the rust. Is that how they do it? You prime the rust, then you paint over it?
Nah, after you pressure wash it, that Rust-Oleum will work.
You don't have to prime it?
No.
Okay. We don't want to make it look too nice. We try to steal it. I've got it chained to the light pole out there. I didn't want anybody steal my brand new touchdown. Let's see it. You want to see it one more time? Y'all want to see it? Yeah, everybody wants to see it. Okay, here it is. One more time. Touchdown smoker. Get live at Owl's Nest Barbecue in Ooltewah. Right out front. It'll be smoking tomorrow. But it's heavy. I mean, it's heavy. We couldn't lift it off the ball. We had to put the stand on it and use the stand by crane. Usually your two guys can, pick a trailer up and just stick it on the stand. We couldn't pick it up. It was so heavy. I mean, it was heavy. And if it got away from you, boy, it would have been. I think it'd been rolling down Lee Highway. It would still be going. It'd be in the front of the Shell station. No telling how many pumps it would have taken out. But that was kind of a fun day, and we're looking forward to getting that thing cleaned up. I don't know if we're going to cook on it. I don't know how well it would cook. I'm sure it'll cook something, but it's going to put out smoke. So that's what we're going to have. So that was kind of fun. Big football weekend, Pete. Finally, this was the biggest one. This is the one we've been. We always look at the schedule at the beginning of the year and we see all the cupcakes and all the teams play, the money games and all that stuff. We're always waiting for that big weekend where we got a bunch of good games. And boy, this was the weekend for it. Of course, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Texas. And as I watched all the pundits and the experts, like the guys on the SEC show that was in Knoxville this weekend, all three picked Alabama. I think all the people on Sports Center picked Texas over Georgia. And, it occurred to me, they know about as much as we do, which is not much. Or we know as much as them, which is not much. Michael Williams chiming. I knew that was coming, Michael. Go Dogs. I knew that was coming. So what I wanted to do is talk a little about football and a little sports tonight. We don't, because when we're grilling, what do we talk about at the station and at its store? Football, sports,
and barbecue.
Yeah, football and barbecue, and everybody does. Everybody's always talking about when the guys come over, talking about football and barbecue. So I thought we'd carry that on tonight, and feel free to put in the comments any comment that you have about what went on this weekend and what you think is going to happen. And I'll throw out how crazy it is. And Pete, this is something that you said could happen. And if everything was right, if today was the end of the season, today, what you said would happen would happen. If today, if the SEC championship game were played today, who would the two teams be in? Who do you think the two top teams would be in?
I'm gonna let them say.
You know who it'd be? LSU and Texas A&M. Both have no losses in the SEC. Now, guess where Texas A&M is rated? 14. And remember, we were talking about that the other day. You were saying you could have a conference champion in one of these Power 5 conferences that's not even in the top 15. I mean, if you get enough wins and losses.
Yeah.
So this is shaping up to be just a crazy season. Now, coming up this weekend, Georgia, Tennessee are off, of course, but your big game is guess who plays this weekend?
Well, Alabama.
LSU and Texas A&M. So somebody is going to be in second place when this thing's all over this weekend. And they're playing, let's see, that game is at Texas A&M. So LSU has to go into war territory. Both of those teams playing well. Ole Miss plays Oklahoma in Oxford. And that'll be a big game for Ole Miss if they want to keep any chance of keep their chances alive. Of course, Pete, you can't really say that because we don't know. Everybody's got, that's why it's a long season, everybody. Everybody, when somebody loses in the first 3 or 4 games, they go, that's it. We're done. Everybody in Georgia. That's it. We're done.
Texas playing Vandy. That might be a heck of a game.
Yeah. What did Texas show us? What did Texas show us Saturday? Nothing. They had played nobody, and everybody was scared to death of them. And then when Georgia went down there, they killed them. They were never really in the game.
In their house.
Yeah, and they were never really in the game. And it took a screwed up call to get them to 15. So, and that didn't bother Georgia a bit. So, it's like Saban said. He went on one time on television, I was listening to him. He said, the playoff thing is taking the importance of the season away. And in a way, he's right, because everybody thinks if you have a loss, you're out of it. But not anymore. This is like the NFL now. To get to those 12 teams, in the NFL, you don't have to win every game. You just got to get to the playoffs because anything can happen in the playoffs. So, Texas A&M and LSU playing. The loser of that game is in second place. And the winner of that game is in first place in the SEC. They're in the driver's seat. So a ton of football left to go. Let's see. What does Jeff have to say? How can you not notice production and circus atmosphere of Owl's Nest Barbecue? That's right. It's always about that. Okay. National champ may have 2 losses. Exactly, Jeff. Alabama did it 1 year with 2 losses. So it's very, very, very. They could have 3 losses. I mean, it depends on where you finish in the conference.
Who your wins are?
Yeah. All you got to if you're one of the Power 5, let's say it's Pac-10, Big 12 to Big 10, ACC, SEC. If you're one of those 5 winners of those 5 conferences, you're in. So
then it goes by first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever place you are.
Mm-hmm. So, you could be you could have 5, you get 4 losses. If you win your conference, you're in. So you're darn right you can have it. So your season's not over. Alabama's season's not over. There's still a lot of football left. Georgia's got to play Tennessee. What if Georgia loses to Tennessee? And then what if they stumble and lose another one? That's 3. And what if Alabama finishes out with just 2 now? So there you go. Alabama's ahead of Georgia. Where would they take them? They'd probably take the team that's over. So
they take them from head to head. So that's another thing that goes in there.
Yeah.
So let's just
that's if there's a tie.
If there was a tie.
Yeah, if there's a tie. Yeah. The head-to-head competition, sure it is.
So it's crazy. The SEC is NIL has made such a difference in the SEC. It's just crazy. Anybody can beat anybody.
One of the guys on the SEC network finally said it. They said, with the transfer portal and all the NIL, we don't know the teams anymore because every year the team is 100% different. And Michael Williams and I were talking the other morning by text saying, and I told him, I said, these teams, they're so different from year to year because the same kids don't play together, anymore. Georgia was so, the way they kept their team together was miraculous. Nobody plays together anymore for more than a year. And then, Harris and I were talking, what if Nico plays this year, plays next year, and then he goes pro? We have him 2 years. He didn't show much. He didn't show much Saturday night till second half. He kind of came of age, I thought, second half. And what if he has a good year this year, then has a strong year sophomore year? Just think how good he could be the junior and senior year. But he'll probably come out. So if he's the right age and all that stuff that the NFL does. So, it's
a lot of football left.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a ton of football left. So, I mean, Ole Miss, if they beat Oklahoma, they're ranked right now. Ole Miss is ranked, I think, 17th. No, Ole Miss is ranked 18th. But all you got to move up is get close to that, that top 12, and you're in the mix. Now, I can't say the top 12 are going to go, but I think you're in the mix, right now. So you guys, we all know, I think, as much as the national guys know. They may have a little more behind the scenes knowledge on, what's going on in the locker rooms, but who cares?
Definitely not. I'm glad I'm not a gambler on football.
Could just think, Alabama was Tennessee was getting 3 points at home. They were underdog at home.
Yeah.
From Alabama. Now go figure that. Of course, they don't care who wins or loses. They just care what side the money's on. So that was a sucker bet. Turned out to be a sucker bet. So if good football brings out the live fire prowess in you, last weekend was just a taste. This weekend, all sorts of things can happen because you've got teams that are idle. And, Tennessee dropped out of they got beat by Arkansas. Then they dropped out of the top 10. Now they won. They're back in the top 10. And look how far Alabama fell to 15. So these pollsters aren't giving you lose. You don't get any respect. But if you win, they pump you right back in there because the guy you beat, if they're in the top 10, they throw them out. And when you get thrown out of the top 10, fouls, you're way out. I mean, you're getting punished, especially this time of year. They're going to try to make it tough for you to get back. So it's a lot of fun right now. Brent says, Nico may stay in K-Town 3 years, then depart. I hope he does, Brent. I hope he does. That would be great. Need a weekend off to recover from Saturday. Yeah, no kidding. We all did. That was good. That was a good game. That was a really good game. Bama will be in the top 12. See, Michael's saying Bama will be in the top 12. Everybody in Alabama's ready to fire that coach.
They're not ready to fire him.
Yeah, they are. Oh man, they are too.
I tell you, we've been through it. I mean, before Saban stayed so long, I mean, the Shula days, everybody's days, but you got to give them a shot, a chance to do something. Definitely, it's tough, but look what you're trying to replace.
Yeah, don't ever follow legend.
Yeah.
He was dumb to take that job. He was dumb. He should have said, "Hey, I appreciate it. Maybe next time." Follow the guy that follows the legend. See Ray Perkins. And Ray Perkins. Guess what he followed?
Bear Bryant.
Yeah, absolutely. He got ran out of town on a rail.
Yeah, and Ray Perkins was a pretty good guy.
His teams weren't, and they didn't suck either.
No.
It wasn't anything like the Shula days.
Francione.
Yeah, no. Francione had a pretty good record. Yeah. But not like Shula, not in those days. They were just another. They were. I think Vandy beat them and us one year when he was at the head. But a lot of good stuff to talk about in football, and that's what we do down at Storm Saturdays. Y'all come on down Saturdays, hang out with us. We got football on the big screen. We got football on the two little screens, and we'll sit in there and we'll talk football and barbecue all afternoon long till 3:30 at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ottawa. Don't forget, coming up, let's see, Pete. November, we should have done something this weekend. I know you told me we should have, and we should have. November 16th, mark that on your calendar. Georgia and Tennessee play November 16th, and we're going to do chicken wings and brisket.
I will be out of town that week.
What? Where are you going?
November the 13th. I'm headed out of town for a little over a week.
Where are you going?
Up to the hunt with my brother.
Oh, is that weekend?
Yeah.
Well,
that week.
Pete won't be there, but we'll be there. We're going to be doing brisket and chicken wings, so we'll get a couple of helpers. I'm sure I can dig up somebody to help. So if you've been wanting our brisket and chicken wings, November the 16th, write that down. We'll have those to go at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ottawa. We may even cook them on the goalpost, the touchdown smoker, newest addition to the Owl's Nest Barbecue stable of cookers. It's not for sale. Don't even try to come in there and buy it.
Everything's for sale.
That's not for sale. That is a special one-off. A smoker with a football theme.
Why do we get it cleaned up and painted? Somebody be knocking on your door. Hey, what do you take for that, Steve?
That's Howard Finster type stuff, buddy. That is Howard Finster type stuff. Michael Williams Saturdays at Owl's Nest is a great time. It sure is, Michael. Call it Brisket Wing Saturday. I like that, Brent. You can come help me cook, can't you? I bet you would. I bet Brent will come help. I know Brent. I bet he'll come help. I'll sign you up, Brent. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, isn't it, Pete?
It is.
We'll do the brisket overnight, so it'll be ready. We'll hand carve it and serve it in brown butcher paper, and we'll just have little clamshells to go for the chicken wings. So it'll be a good time. All right. Still, Pete. Now listen here, you people. Listen here. You see this guy right there? He's got to go. I got one left. He's in the crate. It's brand new, never been used. $11.95 for the Kamado Joe Connect. Regularly $16.95. That's right, $16.95. That one's only $11.95. There's one left. One lucky person will get it. First person with $11.95 gets it. And Pete, you were there and we cooked on that thing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, that you can go online and look everywhere that's got them. $16.95. That's what they're basically say. If you're going to sell them, you got to sell them for this.
Yeah.
So that right there is unbelievable price.
But we were going to be the dealer, but I'm going a different route. So we've got one more to go, $11.95. So tell your friends, If anybody wants a Kamado Joe, it's connected. It's a large Kamado Joe connected. That means it's special. It heats itself and it keeps itself heated. You don't have to mess with it. It's just like a pellet cooker. You set the temperature, you put your food on, and boom, you close the lid. It does all the work. You come back, you put a pork butt on there, boom, you set it at 200 and you set it at 285 degrees. You come back 6 hours later, it's done. You got a pork butt ready to go. It's just that simple. We've also got, Pete, one Santa Maria left for $250. We've got 2 Napoleon kettles. That's the old, looks like a Weber kettle. It's the classic, been around since the 60s.
I can't believe those
I
haven't
know,
sold.
I
Those
know.
things are so nice.
$200. $200. The grate, you could sell the grate for scrap for $200.
Thank God I don't have any room at my house for anything. I'd be like bringing all these smokers home just like puppies and cats, and I'd be like, wait a minute, I'd be like Jason.
Yeah, Jason. I could be like Jason and Michael Williams, dragging them home, hiding them from their wives. What is that? Nothing. What is that thing? Nothing. It's I had that out back. I just brought it around to clean it up. You'd be lying to your wives and stuff like that, just to get that good deal on those smokers. Here, Brent says, I was about to ask about the Santa Maria. Brent, we've got it. $250. We got one left. And it is so nice. It is so cool. The fun to cook on. Man, you talk about fun to cook on.
We cooked on the other one you had. And,
yeah, Steve Davidson bought it.
Yeah.
The demo. And the thing was just, it's fun. Does wings fantastic. And 2 Old Country charcoal grills. I sold the fire pit to a gentleman from Saudi Days. I think his name was Cameron. Thank you very much, Cameron, for coming down and getting that fire pit. You got a very good value on a very good pit. That thing that's heavy. You helped me load it. That was heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a good deal.
It's a 3-person. It took 3 people to lift that thing up to,
Oh, absolutely. We'll be there. Jeff says he'll be there the 16th. You got it, Jeff. I'll need the help, especially on those wings, because somebody's going to be carving brisket and somebody will be serving wings. I can't believe you're going to be gone, Pete. I just can't believe this.
I told you this way ahead of time. It's on my schedule.
Well, I need to put it on my schedule. Next time, tell me to put it on my schedule. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody's been asking for it, and I wanted to make sure it's a big game. That's going to be a big game. It's Lumen Large. Let's just see real quick, since we talk about sports now. Let's see. Georgia. Before we play Georgia, Georgia has Florida and Ole Miss. Now, I want to tell you something. They could be coming into Knoxville, or we could be going down there, and they could have a lost Ole Miss. Don't think Ole Miss can't beat them. And let's see. We've got, before that, we have got Kentucky and Mississippi State. We play Kentucky at home, Mississippi State at home, and we go to between the hedges. So that's going to be, I'd say that game, let's see, that game will probably be, let's see what else is on that now. Alabama plays Mercer. You got Arkansas and Texas. That'll be one of the big games. You got Florida LSU. That could be a 7:30 start. Let's see. You've got LSU at Florida, depending on what LSU's record is by then.
South Carolina.
Because they play Alabama right before that. Missouri plays Oklahoma. That's got 7 o'clock written all over it. Oklahoma, there, Missouri.
No, they've got South Carolina, Missouri, and South Carolina on the 16th.
On the 16th. Oh, is it? No, Missouri plays, South Carolina on the 16th. What did I say?
We were looking at the 9th.
Oh, okay. 16th, yeah. Let's see. Texas plays Arkansas on the 16th. That could be
Arkansas is a spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. They're playing good. They got beat Saturday, but they're playing good. They're in there. They weren't the top. Let's see. And Vandy's off that weekend. So Tennessee Georgia game. If everybody does good and plays good and wins what they're supposed to win and doesn't lose by some fluke, that's probably going to be the 3:30 game. I would predict. I predict Tennessee, Georgia will be kicking off at 3:30 on ABC, and we can serve that brisket and wings from until about 1 o'clock. And I think that would be fantastic. Hail State, Badger Mushroom. Hail State. All right. Let's see. What was the 250 smoker y'all had again? That is a Santa Maria Badger. It's kind of with a big wheel. You roll the wheel up and it lowers the grate down. You can put it right on the coals or pull it up and bring it up to just warm up food. It is a classic thing to cook on. It's a fun thing.
Or you can hang stuff from the top.
Yeah.
From the
Sure can. You can hang chickens up there and cook them right over the live fire. Lots of things you can do. Only $250. $250. And the old country pit, the charcoal pits are $200. So come and get them, y'all. We need to get these things sold. We need to put that money into inventory.
Still have 2 other old country charcoal.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
The old country pit charcoal grills, only $200. Those are cool.
They are.
Those are cool. Those are just a standard old charcoal grill like you used to have on your back porch, or like your dad or grandfather had on their back porch. Just pour the charcoal in, and you light it, and bada bing, bada boom, you're cooking.
They're pretty good size too. They're not little. I mean,
they're let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 8 steaks. 8 steaks big, normal ribeye steaks. 8 steaks big, I'd say. Let's see. Mr. Steve, I'll bring by 250 tomorrow to get my weekly pellets. I say we do a giveaway tonight to a lucky listener. Check your phone. All right, I can check my phone. This is exciting stuff. 250's on me. I'll bring it by tomorrow. Okay. I guess he wants to buy that grill. All right, we'll talk about that tomorrow. ED. It doesn't mean that either. This is ED. We'll check that out. All right. Always got we got something cooking all the time. We got something going on all the time. That's what I like about the group of guys that hang out with us. They always got something going on that they want to do. So I love it. Okay, you ready for some food, Pete?
of course.
All right, let's do some food pictures, everybody. Let's see. Here is Billy Hong. We'll lead it off with Billy Hong. And Billy Hong's old style. This is his old school barbecue. We got some old chicken legs, got some thighs, got some wings over there. But that is a good looking. He's got those in his barrel.
That's a good color, good looking.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. I bet when biting into those had a really good bite to them, good flavor.
Absolutely. Let's see. We'll hide that. We'll go to here. Who we got there? Oh, I think that's Jason. That's Jason Penley's little steak cookout he had. There's his baked potatoes. He got some elote corn going on. I don't know if he made it elote, but he got in the husks. I've never cooked them in the husk. Have you?
Oh yeah.
Is it good like that?
It's okay. I mean,
how do you get those little strings off? Don't they stick on there?
They come off. They kind of burn off.
Do they?
They kind of burn off.
I hate those.
I'm just old fashioned. I mean, I like to take the husks off, put them in aluminum foil with some elote seasoning, and then a little butter, and cook them that way.
Okay.
But those are good. I mean, I've had plenty of them like that in my time.
All right, here's a picture of the Badger Barrel, available at Owl's Nest Barbecue. $249. Look at those hanging chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hanging chickens on the Badger Barrel. We got plenty of those in stock. $249. Great cooker, great price. Be thinking of that, y'all, for Christmas presents. For somebody that wants to learn how to smoke, that wants a barrel, that wants to learn how to cook on a barrel, learn how to cook good food on a barrel. The Badger Barrel, only $249. We have all the accessories.
It breaks down to a little tailgater. I mean, it's that thing is amazing.
It's why we have any left in stock is beyond me. Why I haven't had to reorder. It's a fantastic cooker. There's Jason's got his that's his part of his steak cook-off this weekend, or not cook-off, but just his meal. Look, he got that grill grate running right down the middle of that grill. Now look how hot that grill is, Pete.
Yeah.
Red embers, and he puts that he puts that
Grill
grill
great.
in. I'll show you something cool here in just a minute. Now this is pathetic. Look at that. Jason bought, or he made
Oh yeah, I think he made
that Santa Maria grill. Now that thing is beautiful. That thing is extra. That's probably, serious talk, that's probably a $3,000 Santa Maria grill. Wouldn't you say, Pete?
I don't know. I'm sure it's very, very well built, and Jason doesn't hold back on anything he does.
Except the food. He's got
them hot dogs.
Hot dogs. He's got all that space. He's got hot dogs. I'm sure there's a reason for that, though. And there they are. They're finished right there. Look at chili hot dogs on the Santa Maria grill. I love it. I love it. Here's Jeff Maxwell did some ribs this for the ball game. That's a good looking rack of ribs. That one's done. There he is hanging in a barrel. And look at that piece of wood down there in the bottom of that barrel. We gave Jeff all kinds of hell on that piece of wood down there. He says piece of pecan. I said it looked like a 2x4. Looking at it now, it looks like a 1x, doesn't it? But that's a good looking rib though. I bet they turned out good too. There it is. Look, he's going to set it back on the grill to get set that sauce. That's good. Look, that's good color. Looks like a new penny. Look at that steak Jason made. Remember we showed those steaks just a minute ago on the grill grates.
And look how good that corn turned out.
Right there. Look at there. That's the steaks, and that's the finished product. That corn looks okay, Pete. It just looks like it's done.
Yeah.
I'd put some char on it. I could put some char on the corn and put some elote sauce on it.
If he handed me that plate, I wouldn't turn down anything on it.
You know what I'd eat first?
Baked potato.
Yeah. I love baked potatoes. There's Jeff. That's before he put it on. He got to, he's going to hang those on the pit barrel, and that's what it looks. He put those hangers in there, and it works just fantastic. Jonathan Edwards checking in this week with a bacon wrapped chicken with a hot pickle inside. You can see it on that cross section he did. Isn't that cool?
It is.
How good do you think those were?
I don't, and it's a little different. Most everything that Jonathan does, he throws the barbecue sauce to it. I think they're probably fantastic. I would, for me, especially watching him, but I would have probably sauced them a little more for me.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they look good. Everything he cooks looks good.
Look at those. I wonder how he gets his bacon like that. He wraps it in there. It looks like a little babushka. There's Jason after he's flipped those steaks on the grill grate. Look at those flavor stripes. He's got them hatched. Man, that looks good, Jason. You make it look so easy. There's that picture again of I just couldn't get over that big log in there, Jeff. I had to see it one more time. There's a pit barrel with some chicken hanging on it. We got those on sale at Owl's Barbecue. We got 4 more in today to make the inventory even. We got the classic size, 18.5, and we got the big one, 22.5. Folks, if you're looking for something, this is no joke. If you're looking for something to cook on that's easy, inexpensive, and makes the best food around, the pit barrel cooker can't be beat. Pete, how good was that chicken we made?
Oh, it's fantastic. Matter of fact,
it's the best chicken.
I'd like to try it again soon.
Let's do it tomorrow.
I like to cut up some chickens. I love them half chickens.
Well, stop and get some chickens. We'll hang them tomorrow. We'll hang them on the pit barrel I've got at the store. Man, it's just good food, folks. It makes good food. There it is again, making with some beef ribs on it. That's the 18.5 inch. Let's see. And there it is with a bunch of different stuff hanging on it. We got all the baskets and everything. We got them in today. So we'll be putting those up and got all the accessories for it. There's nothing like buying a grill than being able to get the accessories in the same place. We got everything they sell. There's Michael Williams checking in. Well, I believe that's the first pot of chili this year, Pete. Isn't that it?
Over the top.
Over the top chili. I like it. He lets all that the juice or the fat renderings on that hunk of ground beef, ground chuck, drip into the chili, and then he'll put it in the chili and mix it all up, and it will taste just marvelous. And there's the pit barrel PBX. That's the 22.5 inch with a bunch of half chickens hanging from it. There it is again with some half chickens hanging from it. There's Steve Davidson. Steve made some bacon wrapped chicken breast. Look good. Good color on those, Steve.
It is.
Thomas Damon checking. I couldn't figure out what this was, Pete. Tom didn't have a description of what it was.
It almost looks like a steak and cheese on a like a garlic bread, flat of garlic bread, and then steak and cheese, maybe some mixed vegetables, peppers, onions, or something in it.
I like that. Well, I like that wooden thing that he's got that's sitting on. That's kind of a unique. It's got a long handle on it. Is that handle that right there?
Yeah.
That handle's on there. I like that. I'll have to ask him about. We need to get him on sometime.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's 8 hours after us, so it would be what time? It'd be 4 o'clock over there. Is that right? Yeah, 4 o'clock. Hey, Thomas, get up at 4 and talk to us. I bet he'd do it. And then here's Steve Davidson. There's always somebody that wants to cook little smokies or a chub of bologna and put it on there. And I don't blame you. I love those things.
I'll tell you what I like to do is I like to smoke them, but then I like to wrap them in them crescent rolls and make them. I love those things.
Oh yeah, I love them just like that. I get one of those big old long picks.
No, I make those like that, but I put in meatballs as well and do a blend of both those and the meatballs, usually on the weekends for games. Yeah. It's inexpensive and it's a good treat for everybody, just to nibble on.
They look good. Got good color. Got good sauce on there. There's Steve. He's got some. Looks like he's got
chicken wings.
Chicken wing. Looks like he's got them on the Lang. There's those. We just showed those. Sometimes I get so many of these things in. Sometimes I get the repeats. But there you go. It's a good week. We got some more coming in after the deadline. So we've already got more for next week. We appreciate everybody that posts on there. We have a lot of fun with it. And it seems like, Pete, every week we get a little bit, just a few more than we had the previous week. And that's a good thing, too. We appreciate it. Don't forget, coming up Saturday morning at Owl's Nest Barbecue, I will be making homemade pretzels live on the air. And Pete will be mixing some Bloody Marys using the new Bear and Burton's Bloody Mary mix that we have at the store. This Bloody Mary mix is a cool, just a real neat product. And come and check it out. It's only $8.95 a bottle. And Pete, I believe, is going to make some good Bloody Marys.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll definitely have to try one before I get on the show. That way, when I get on the show, I can talk a little better.
Yeah, Pete, you'll see. Sometimes you'll see a Bloody Mary in that guy's hand.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, he says he's seen him do it. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining in the fun. We appreciate it. We're open. Let's see. Oh, we got to go check in real quick. We got more people wanting to get in here. But there's Johnny Maggs. Let's see. Okay, Badger says he's going to give that smoker away to a listener. Okay, we'll do that. We'll be in touch. Badger, we'll work that out if you want to do that. Johnny Maggs, we just promoted your show with Mike McLeod. That's coming up at 8 o'clock right here on Facebook and YouTube on the Pit Life Barbecue podcast page. Mike McLeod is a fascinating person. He and I both went to the University of Tennessee. Both had the same degrees, Pete. They don't even make it anymore. We were 10 years apart. So Mike will be with Johnny Maggs coming up at 8 o'clock. And Brent said, that'd be me. Fire up the 4-foot grill for a handful of dogs and 2 to 3 burgers. You could eat over Jason's house anytime, Brent. I guarantee you, he'd welcome you. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here until next Monday night. We'll see you then. Don't forget to come see us all week long at Owl's Nest Barbecue and tune in or come by. Better yet, we'll have Bloody Marys and homemade pretzels next week at Owl's Nest Barbecue. Until then, we appreciate you watching and we appreciate you listening, and we'll see you back here.